Salam alaikum. Well, buenos dias. Good morning, guys. Good morning. Sorry for the sun glare. Can't do much about it. Sun is in the face. You know how it is. Try to cover some of it, but it's hard. I wanted to speak today a little bit on the actual Nganga, the magical pot. Let's just call it the magical pot that the priest and priestess work with or use. First of all, I want to tell you guys that what I'm going to say here, it's not all and everything, and it's just not the same way that everybody would look at and explain what is the Nganga, what is the magical pot. This is how I see it, this is how I understand it, and this is the way I'm gonna try to explain it to you guys in a very layman term, very simple, for we can all get it. Okay, if you notice out there, they are cast iron pots. You also will see in some of the photographs or in the YouTube videos, you will see sometimes terracotta pots, ones that look like flower pots made out of terracotta. Then you will see a caldron just made out of terracotta also. Some of these caldrons have legs, some of them have flat bottoms, and some of them look like flower pots. Some houses have trees and tratados, which they believe and understand that these inquisis should be put or built inside terracotta pots. Then some have treaties and tratados that believe that they should be built in cast iron pots. Then some have treaties that they believe that certain impungos or certain inquisis could be built in cast iron and some in terracotta. Okay, you will see houses that'll have cast iron pots, and then you will see 2 or 3 they'll be in terracotta pots. If they paint it, you might not see that they actually are terracotta. What I mean by terracotta, I mean that clay that they use to build sculptures and do artwork and stuff like that. Another thing is the pots for every single house or every single lineage is just not a pot. It has meaning. The pot has a meaning for them. You know, they just don't use pots just because it's something that's big, there's something that they could put their elements and things in there. They just don't use it like that. They have a meaning and a purpose why those pots are being used. Let's get that clear. And every house has its understanding and his own teachings that will be up to the Tata, the Yaya, to explain to the Godchild the meaning of the pot. What does it consist of having this type of pot? Why? And everything that has to do just with the pot. That's without anything inside it. There's meaning for the pot in itself. That's what I'm trying to explain. Not the pot completed, not the pot with all the things in it, just the pot itself, empty, has meaning and multiple understandings of it. Why this, why that, blah, 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 blah. Okay, now that we got that out the way, now we're going to speak about the inquisi, which in Cuba is called the impungo. It's every pot that's made, every magical pot that's built has a purpose. And depending of what the Tata wants to do with that pot or wants to use it for, he's going to build that pot for a certain purpose. Meaning he would need or use a certain inquisi, a certain impungo, to be able to use to do the things that he wants to with that inquisi or that impungo. Meaning, that pot becomes a microcosmo. Not only is it a microcosmo, is your microcosmo. Why I say yours? Because you are the one that manipulates that microcosmo for whatever you're doing or you're trying to do. I know that you've seen out there that you will see sticks on an Nganga. Some people use the sticks, some people put them around, and certain people use certain amounts, certain types. Some people use certain types of dirts. Some people use certain type of animal bones and things like that. Some people use certain types of rocks. Some people use, there's so many things in that microcosmo that people that are in the tradition and know what they're doing add to that magical pot because of what they understand that they need that magical pot to do. So, in other words, every pot that has to do with an Nganga, it's a certain Nkisi, it's a certain Mpungo that's in that pot, meaning that not only is the Mpungo's energy and source of power is implemented in that pot, there are other sources and other powers and spiritualities that are in that pot also, because we know that a lot of things and in Finda have spirituality and have power. Now what happens? The spirit that resides inside that pot has the ability to use all the natural resources, all the elements of power that are from nature in that pot. The spirit has the capability to use it. Not only does he have the capability to use those elements of nature to his disposal or her disposal, now he takes on the spirituality of the main force that you built that cauldron for. Meaning, if you built it for Sarawanda, now that spirit takes on, let's say, in other words, that name, Sarawanda. If you did it in Sasi Shitehayo, now that spirit in that cauldron takes that name in Sasi or Shitehayo. Why? Because the things that you put inside there, not only were they from nature and have power and have spirit and have energy, but the main reason and the main energy that you put in there was from the type of Mpungo that you wanted to build the Nganga for. Whether it was in Sasi, whether it was Sarabanda, whether it was Cholawenge, whether it was Patagayo, Yaga, whether it was Cubayende, whatever you're gonna build it for, or the priest is building it, because you need to have license, and you need to have the tratados, and you need to know exactly what you're doing in order to be able to build an Nganga. It's just not going in there and building an Nganga and this and that and that's it. No, that's not how it works. So you will see these Ngangas, some of them look very timid, well, not timid, they will make people timid because they look very scary. Some of them look very simple. They don't really, look that, let's say, whether either ugly or frightening. Some of them are just built simple, and it's all how the Tata or Yaya built it, and the treaties that they have, and the Mfumba that they put in there, and whatever else they need to make that Nganga the receptacle that they need of power that they could use for whatever they want to use it for. What can I say? What can I say about the Nganga? Well, like I said, the Nganga is a microcosm. The Nganga is something that you have to sit down with and learn and conversate and get acquainted with. And Nganga is it becomes part of who you are, you know, because that's something that you're always gonna be taken care of, and is gonna be taking care of you. Kind of becomes part of your family, you understand? Because, well, at least part of you, you know. Well, you can say part of your family, but it's really it's more, it becomes part of you, you know. It kind of becomes who you are, you know. I was asked this question about the Nganga. Like I said, different houses, different lineages have different ways of constructing these Ngangas. Like I said, some of them are in terracotta, some of them are in cast iron cauldrons. That's a lot of meaning behind these cast iron cauldrons and these terracotta pots. An Nganga is just not dirt and sticks and a bone or a skull. That just does not make an Nganga, you understand? There's more. Anybody could get a pot, put dirt in it, put some sticks, and buy themselves a skull and put it in the center of it and call it an Nganga. And in all true reality, that will be nothing but dirt, sticks, and a skull that's empty. No spirituality, no power, no nothing. Just for looks. That's all what it will be. So be careful what you do. When your time comes to receive your Nganga from your Tata or Yaya, I pray that you are there and that the experience is beautiful, that the experience is pleasant, and that you keep on progressing and keep on learning of how to use and manipulate these forces, these powers, because these powers could be very, can I say, wonderful, good, powerful, great in a sense, but at the same time, it could be something catastrophic, something that could actually destroy you, either make you mentally ill, or the things that you do on it have repercussions that hurts you back. So be careful if you already have an Nganga. I hope that your Tata or Yaya have taught you and is teaching you how to use it, what not to do, what to do. The things that come and involve when you have a responsibility of having a receptacle that you have to take care of, that you have to do many things with it. You just can't leave it and forget about it. You know, it's like it becomes to the point there that you want to go on a vacation or do something, you got to make sure and leave the Nganga well, and actually ask it for its blessings to make sure nothing happens to you while you're out for vacation and stuff like that. You know, it's little things like that. But anyway, I'm speaking too much now. That's what I got for you guys. An Nganga has multiple things in it, just like Earth has multiple things. You see, we got trees, we got different types of dirt, sands, we got different types of birds, we got different type of insects, we got different types of animals, turtles, fishes, rats, chipmunks. We got different types of things in Earth. But when you look at it and you start researching nature, and you start looking at nature, like at the animal. What does this animal do? What does this animal feed off? How does this animal climb? How does this bird fly? What does it eat? How does it live? And all that. You start noticing the traits of that animal. Okay? And I'm giving you a gem here if you could understand. If you could understand and read between the lines, I'm giving you a gem. All these natural elements, of course, we cannot put them all in one single pot, but some of these elements are in that pot. So the same way you see how this world moves with all these things and creatures and all that, well, the same way in Nganga, when you build it, moves sort of in that same nature. And like I said, that becomes a microcosmo, and is your microcosmo, the one that you use. That's your world. You understand? I hope you guys have a great day. And salam alaikum, alaikum salam, and sambilo akutare always. And I hope you guys are watching Tata Matamba's videos. I hope you're giving it a thumbs up over there and here. And you're watching also the Spiritual Alchemist, that he puts videos out sometimes too. Be good, guys. Have a great day.